So LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers go down to the Golden State Warriors in 4 games in a sweep. And as a result of that, some of the fallout from the sweep is, of course, the GOAT discussion. I think a lot of it is hype, media hype, because there are people taking sides for whatever reason, whether they're getting paid or, they're just a part of the boule or for whatever reason. People take sides in this discussion, and it's usually centered around Kobe, Jordan, and LeBron, of course. I think when discussing who the GOAT is, I think you have to look at a lot of different things. You have to look at, depending on how you rank these criteria, but I think you have to take several categories, and then evaluate everything totally. I think you have to look at era. What era did they play in? How was the style of play different? What rule changes are different? I think you have to look at statistics. Okay, they speak for themselves. I think you have to look at hardware, things like championships, MVPs, All-Stars, defensive player of the year awards, all those type of things. And then lastly, I would definitely say the eye test. I think you have to take all those things. And then, of course, maybe if you wanted to take into consideration the media or the player's opinion. And then I think you take all that and you try to come to some sort of consensus. That's why I don't get these guys that don't put Kobe in their top 10 all time. I just don't understand that. If you've watched basketball as long as me, this guy was as much a killer as Michael Jordan was, and Michael Jordan has admitted that. Allen Iverson, countless other players have also said the same thing. And, there's no knock on LeBron, but I think it's a testament to Michael Jordan, actually, because you have these two great players in LeBron and Kobe. And honestly, neither guy is close to Mike. I mean, of course, LeBron is going to have those statistics, but like I said, using my metrics, using all those categories, I just don't see how you can give LeBron over either guy. Please keep in mind the criteria that I'm going by, because a lot of the problem is, and this is the issue. You get these media personalities, and for whatever reason, whether it's clickbait, it's views, it's ratings, it's whatever, they cape for one player or another, and they say these outrageous things. So you have people like Nick Wright, Shannon Sharp, Colin Cowherd, and it's really I only hear this coming from the media guys and the diehard Church of LeBron members. But they try to base the GOAT argument solely on statistics. And again, I disagree with that. I disagree with that, wholeheartedly. You have to take era into account. You have to take competition into account, who these guys played against. Who were they going against on a nightly basis? What was the rules like back then? Okay, you have to take all this stuff into consideration. So there's an interview I want to highlight between Jim Jackson, Nick Wright, Chris Carter on their show from a few weeks ago. I feel like it's fitting for this discussion. I'm going to chime in. I'm going to let you guys listen.
Or has he already done it?
I don't think it's up to LeBron, because it's who's writing the script at the end of the day. Because who's writing the script when Wilt was playing, when it was Bill Russell? It depends on who's writing the script, because they're going to be able to ink in who's the best, because it transfers between generations. Because LeBron is probably going to break every record known to mankind in the NBA, because he's just that good. And then the league changed so much in regards to freedom of movement, being able to score. And plus, we've never seen anything like LeBron. And
Of course, what Jim Jackson is saying is exactly what I've been saying. You have to take a multi-leveled approach to this GOAT discussion.
NBA at 6'8", 250, 260 to run a 4.3, 4.4 to be able to play 15, 16, 17 years without any significant injury. If he misses a game, it's because he's tired and wants a little break.
And he doesn't miss games now.
But that's what I'm saying. So he's kind of an anomaly in that regards, but it still is a difference between who's evaluating who's the best player, because it's all opinionated, and it's based on different factors. And I think that's, and Nick, I know you're a big proponent of.
You wanted to talk about this. So
well, I want to give you a different perspective, because you got to understand about who's evaluating the best compared to maybe some writers outside looking in, compared to players who've played against some of the top tier players. And Chris, I know you can appreciate this. Playing in the NFL, it was certain guys that may be considered the greatest, but for you,
yes,
some guys that played.
Yeah, there was a dude named Dale Carter, man,
Right.
cornerback.
Kansas City.
Man, that dude gave me some problems.
And why?
Man, he is so long, so quick, so mean. I mean, he just didn't put together the longevity or consistency. But shoot, Deion, much respect. Dale Carter, shit. Hey,
But here's my thing, though. But with Deion, a cover corner was different than.
yes, different style.
And different than a Ronnie Lott. Why?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So talk to me then, because you're leading up to something here. So tell me as a player.
Because the players, we evaluate another player a lot differently. It's not just it's not just based on number. So I know you love to put these blind reveals together. So I put one together for you.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, so basically, Jimmy Jackson is laying out what I pretty much laid out earlier about you having to have a multi-layered approach when doing an evaluation on who you think the greatest basketball player of all time is. You have to look at his competition, and that would fall under the era, okay, the era that he played under, as well as what rules might have changed, what rules weren't even around at the time when they were playing. Okay, you have to look at the statistics. You have to look at the numbers. Okay, that does play a part. But guys like Nick Wright and Colin Cowherd, they like to try to make the discussion all about the numbers, because in this era of basketball where you can't touch anybody, people's numbers are going to be inflated. And, let's face it, LeBron has played in probably the worst East division of basketball since I can remember. And I have no doubt that Mike and Kobe or Durant or name any other star that would have played in this same Eastern Conference, I don't think they would have had the same, any problem getting to the finals or putting up gaudy numbers, especially in this era. So, Jim Jackson is explaining to Nick Wright, who can't really understand it, because Jim Jackson is explaining to him that, there's levels. There's other things like the competitiveness, which goes into the intangible aspect of when I'm evaluating a GOAT. I look at era, I look at stats, I look at eye test, I look at intangibles, things like heart, leadership, killer instinct, will. Sports is akin to military action. It's like war games on a small scale. And LeBron James, he's a great physical specimen, but he's not a ultra competitor. The same way that Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, Allen Iverson, or another sport, Tom Brady might be. LeBron is great, man. He's great. But I don't see how you can have him better than Michael Jordan, next to Michael Jordan, and I don't see how you can have him above Kobe. In my opinion, I think Kobe just had everything that you would want in your star athlete. Maybe to a fault he was a little selfish. But all great athletes should be. LeBron, in my opinion, his issue is he's a little passive aggressive, and his fans, for whatever reason, don't seem to understand that LeBron can only play in the LeBron system. And the LeBron system is basically LeBron hogging the ball all the time. He claims he wants to come to Philadelphia now and play off the ball now. I don't know how. I don't see him doing that after 15, 16 years in the NBA, pretty much playing the same way. He's been playing the same way since high school. So LeBron's gift is also his curse. Michael and Kobe, they got to play freely in a system that benefited them throughout most of their careers. But anyway, man, I didn't want to make this too long. I just wanted to give my 2 cents. I know I've been away for a while. I've had some family things going on, man, and it really put me down out of commission. I'll talk on it later when I feel up to it. But for those of you that do listen to the channel, the few of you that do, and I thank you guys, man. But you can look me up on Twitter, at Hebrew Thought, aka Dr. Killmonger, and you can subscribe. I do this just for fun, really, man, and to give my opinion, because I feel like there's so much other BS opinions out there. So for the people that might think like me, man, I'm your voice. Thank you guys. Be blessed, and I'll catch you on the next video.